was a bug that I tried to kill. Oh my god, and it's trying to fly. I hate bugs. Oh my god. Okay guys, welcome to the channel. It is your girl Not the Fit back at again with another spooky video. Remember to watch this in the dark because it does not make sense to watch it with light. And also remember that there is somebody behind you or under you or maybe even both. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. So the first thing that I wanted to get off of from this video is that I've been in a bit of a funk lately with these kinds of videos because I can't find the time to interview people. It's just really hard when there's a lot of factors as to why I cannot do these interviews. One, because my social battery is out. I don't really talk to my family members that much anymore. Like, I talk to them here and there, but like, I'm not social because sometimes I get really anxious. And also, just like to find the time is like really hard because I'm not a planner. I don't like to plan. I don't like to plan things because things don't always go as planned. So I just have to do it in the spur of a moment, and I haven't had that moment. So what I thought, I was like thinking right now, and I was thinking maybe I could do a little series. Urban legends, urban legends are something that I just always looked up at. First of all, please don't tell me that this was bought. Okay, growing up, always went on this website. It was my Bible. Growing up, I haven't been on it for a while, but I feel like I've read almost every single story that there is to know. This one, okay? So, this website is called scaryforkids.com. But if you go on it and you search it up, it'll show a logo called Grid Love, and it kind of looks weird. It's full of ads now. I guess they're trying to make money off of it. I just turn off my light because the workers are here. I'm gonna turn off the light so we can kind of get it like to be a little bit scary. Okay, so for those who don't know, this website was a very popular website for kids who loved horror but wanted to keep it, PG. So this, it basically has scary stories, scary pictures, scary games, like little genres and categories that relate to horror. But there's a lot of ads. I hope I don't get a virus, because it looks like it has the same things, but it's just full of fucking ads. Basically, this was like my holy grail, my fucking Bible growing up, and I would scare the shit out of myself because the imagination that I had and reading this was just something that a kid should not need to traumatize himself for. So one of the biggest stories that scared me growing up was the Carmen Winstead. Bitch, I don't know, like the picture of it just scared the fuck out of it. Even just reading it right now, it makes me feel so uncomfortable. This is the picture that I would see, and like I would read this shit alone at night as a 8-9-year-old. Up until I was like maybe 12, I don't remember. This shit was fucking creepy, bro. Like, so I'm gonna basically go over. So this is gonna be like a little series, okay? A series of urban legends that traumatized me as a child. I don't know how I'm fully gonna name it, but it's gonna be around that title. And hopefully you watch this in the dark, because these are scary. Even though they're just urban legends, I was afraid to shower after reading this shit. Like, if you get scared real easily, you're gonna get scared. Like, this shit is just so fucking creepy, and I can't believe like my parents never told me shit about this growing up. Like, it was just so scary. It's gonna be like a little brief summary, and then I'm gonna go into the actual story. So, the scary story of Carmen Winston is an urban legend about a 17-year-old girl who was pushed down a sewer opening by 5 girls she thought were her friends. The chain letter claims that a boy named David Gregory died when he didn't pass on. So this is basically a chain, okay? A chain letter. Bro, if I literally could describe to you the amount of fear of chain letters just scared the fuck out of me. A chain letter is an urban legend that you have to share the story to or send it to via email or text because if you were the last one to stay with that story, you would die. So basically, I feel like these were kind of like little scary traps because it would be like a scary urban legend told to you, and then the very bottom, like towards the end of the story, it would say if you don't share this by midnight, you will die or something like that. And I don't know why, that just fucking scared me and made me feel so scared, like to the point where I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna fucking die, and I wouldn't want to sleep. This was literally like my summer childhood. Like in my childhood, this is how I would spend my summer, scaring the shit out of myself. Okay, so I'm basically gonna go into the story and then like I'll stop towards the end of each paragraph and just like share my thoughts on it. I don't fully remember the story, but I do have the idea of it because it just traumatized me that much that like scary sewers and showers were scary. Carmen Winston was 17 years old when her parents decided to move to Indiana. Her father had lost his job, and the only way he could find new employment was by moving to a new state. The relocation caused a lot of problems for Carmen. She had to leave her friends behind and attend a whole new school in Indiana. I'm already scared, bro. Like, I'm not even playing. Like, I just have that vision in my head. Carmen had a hard time making friends when she changed schools. It was the middle of the school year, and most of the students had no interest in befriending the new girl. Initially, she had spent many days alone, walking from class to class without speaking to anyone, but she eventually started hanging out with a group of 5 other girls. Carmen thought these girls were her friends, but it wasn't long before she discovered that they had been talking about her behind her back and spreading vile rumors. They started out calling her names, but then the bullying got much worse. One day she left school books in the classroom at break time. When she returned, she found someone had taken a Sharpie and written dirty words all over her books. Another day, she opened her bag and discovered someone had poured yogurt all over the insides. Sometimes she would come to school and find her locker had been vandalized. The final straw came when she put on her coat at recess and found that someone had stuffed dog poop in her pockets. There and then, Carmen decided that she couldn't take the bullying any longer. She planned to stay behind that evening after school and tell her teacher what had been happening. Unfortunately, her decision came too late to save her life. Bro, I'm already scared. Why am I scared? It's just like I feel very uneasy here. After lunch, her teacher announced that the school was holding a fire drill. When the fire alarm sounded, Carmen and the other students filed out of the classroom and assembled in the yard outside. As teachers read out the roll call, the gang of 5 girls decided that this was a great opportunity to embarrass Carmen in front of the whole school during the fire drill. They moved over to where Carmen was standing near a sewer drain and began crowding the poor girl, getting in her face and nudging her towards the open manhole. They pushed her and she tripped over and fell head first down the manhole. When they saw her falling, the girls started giggling, and when Carmen's name was called out, they shouted, "She's down in the sewer." All of the other students began laughing, but when the teachers looked down the manhole and saw Carmen's body lying at the bottom in the muck and the poop, the laughter abruptly stopped. Her head was twisted at an odd angle, and her face was covered in blood. Worse still, she wasn't moving. There was nothing any of the teachers could do for her. Carmen was dead. When the police arrived and went down into the sewer, they determined that she had broken her neck. Her face had been torn off when she hit the ladder on the way down, and her neck snapped when she landed on her head on the concrete at the bottom. The police hauled Carmen out of the sewer and sent her to the mortuary. Everyone had to stay behind after school, while the police questioned all of Carmen's classmates. The 5 girls lied to the police, saying they had witnessed Carmen falling down the sewer. The police believed the girls and Carmen Winstead's death was ruled an accident and the case was closed. Everyone thought that was the last they would hear of Carmen Winstead, but they were wrong. Bro, like my childhood trauma is like being brought the fuck up. Like I'm getting re-traumatized. Months later, Carmen's classmates began receiving strange emails on their MySpaces. The emails were titled "They Pushed Her" and claimed that Carmen hadn't really fallen down the sewer, she had been pushed. The emails also warned that the guilty people should own up and take responsibility for their crime. If they didn't, there would be horrible consequences. Most people dismissed the emails as a hoax, but others were not so sure. 3 days later, one of the girls who pushed Carmen down the sewer was at home taking a shower when she heard a strange cackling laugh. It seemed to be coming from the drain. when I heard that shit, like, I kid you not, like, my fucking asshole curled the fuck up. When I tell you all that my ass curled the fuck up, because my fucking boyfriend called me in the middle of fucking recording, and I'm just talking about a scary shit. Okay. When I started reading this part, like, this part, fucking, I can just picture it, and I don't know why, but when I read these kinds of stories, like, I just get more scared, and I just scare myself, bitch. I don't know why. I need to start getting used to being scared, because, like, when I'm in positions where I'm ghost hunting or something, I need to have my head in the game. But this is the part that scares me. A few days later, one of the girls who pushed Carmen down the sewer was at home taking a shower when she heard a strange, cackling laugh. It seemed to be coming from the drain. The girl started to freak out and ran out of the bathroom. That night, the girl said goodnight to her mom and went to sleep. 5 hours later, her mom was awoken in the middle of the night by a loud noise that resounded throughout the house. She ran into her daughter's room, only to find it empty. There was no trace of the girl. The worried mother called the police, and when they arrived, they conducted a search of the area. Eventually, they discovered the girl's grisly remains. Her corpse was lying in the sewer covered in muck and poop. Her neck was broken and her face was missing. It had been completely torn off. One by one, all of the girls who pushed Carmen that day were found dead. They had all been killed in exactly the same way and were all found at exactly the same spot, in the sewer at the bottom of the same uncovered manhole where Carmen had met her doom. The killing didn't stop there. More and more of Carmen's former classmates were found dead. It seemed that anyone who didn't believe that Carmen had been pushed was eventually found in the sewer with their necks broken and their faces torn off. This is the part where I was like afraid, like just the picture itself, and then thinking about this part is that they say that Carmen's ghost is still on the rampage, hunting down anyone who doesn't believe her story. According to the legend, Carmen will get you whether it's from a toilet, a shower, a sink, or a drain. When you go to sleep, you'll wake up in the sewer, in complete darkness, paralyzed, unable to move, hearing cackling laughter all around you. Then as you scream in horror, Carmen will come and tear your face off. So be careful who you bully, because you just might find yourself on the receiving end of the curse of Carmen Winstead. Honestly, bitch, my butthole is curled the fuck up. But yeah, these are basically the stories that I would I would read growing up, and like it would scare the fuck out of me. For a while, I did get like a fear of like using the toilet, because I was just thinking, what if somebody comes and tries to tickle my butthole without my consent? But if you guys have ever heard of this story, or if you have any similar stories you guys want to share, please go ahead and share them and let me know if you guys did get scared, because bitch, I'm already scared, and I know it's a fucking kid story. It's just scary reading this in the middle of the night. This bug just doesn't fucking die. If you guys did enjoy, please give this a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new, because there's a lot more content coming non-stop. Comment if you have any urban legends that you want me to read about, and yeah, just be careful when you shower or you shit or anything in the restroom. Okay guys, bye.